Hello and good day to all. Today, October 18th, 2024, the current situation in Israel remains highly volatile, marked by escalating military operations and significant humanitarian concerns. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reaffirmed that the ongoing Gaza war will continue unabated until all hostages taken by Hamas are rescued. Following the killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, Israel has intensified its military actions, with officials indicating that this event has led to a new and escalating phase of conflict against both Hamas and Hezbollah. The humanitarian conditions in Gaza are rapidly deteriorating, exacerbated by the ongoing siege and military operations. Reports indicate that over 42,000 people have been killed since the onset of the conflict, according to local health authorities. International agencies are increasingly alarmed by massive food insecurity and the threat of famine affecting Gaza's population, with calls for a ceasefire gaining momentum among humanitarian organizations. International leaders have expressed a mix of concern and caution regarding the escalation in hostilities. U.S. President Joe Biden has acknowledged that while the killing of Sinwar could present an opportunity to negotiate peace, he also recognizes that it may escalate tensions further. Furthermore, Hezbollah has announced plans to intensify its involvement, aligning its response with the broader dynamics of the conflict. As of now, efforts to negotiate a ceasefire seem stalled, with persistent demands from both sides complicating mediation efforts spearheaded by the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar. Israeli leaders maintain a focus on military objectives, indicating reluctance to agree to any significant cessation of hostilities. The situation in Israel and Gaza remains critical. Military operations by Israel continue to escalate, contributing to a severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza, while international efforts to broker peace face significant challenges. The next few weeks could prove pivotal in determining the course of both the conflict and the humanitarian efforts to alleviate suffering. Amidst the ongoing strife, the Israeli public has exhibited a complex range of reactions to the ongoing military operations against Hamas and the government's strategy. Public sentiment has been marked by a growing discontent and division across various segments of society. Recent surveys reflect a split opinion regarding Israel's military response. According to a Pew Research Center survey, 39% of Israelis believe the military response has been appropriate, while 34% feel it has not gone far enough, and 19% think it has gone too far. Additionally, the same survey indicates that while 2/3 of Israelis are somewhat confident that the nation can achieve its goals against Hamas, there are significant concerns about the war's potential expansion into neighboring countries and its duration. Another survey before the anniversary of the October 7th attacks revealed that approximately 75% of Israeli adults blame both Hamas and the Israeli government for the ongoing violence, highlighting a widespread belief that both parties have contributed to the conflict's perpetuation. The public discontent has manifested in large-scale protests. Tens of thousands of Israelis have demonstrated against the government's handling of military operations, particularly the failure to secure the release of captives held by Hamas. These protests, described as some of the largest since the start of the conflict, have seen demonstrators across major cities like Tel Aviv and Haifa calling for a ceasefire and a prisoner exchange deal. Protesters have expressed frustration with Prime Minister Netanyahu's insistence on a military solution, urging him to negotiate a ceasefire that would facilitate the release of hostages rather than focusing solely on military objectives. Public confidence in the government and military leadership is also diminishing. Trust in the Israeli government has significantly declined, dropping from 23% in April 2024 to just 17% by July. Trust in the military leadership, while still higher, has also seen a noticeable decrease, such as in the confidence level for IDF Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi, which fell from 60% to 42%. Divergent opinions are further demonstrated by social media responses to the war. A significant number of Israelis believe that posts expressing sympathy for Gaza's civilians should be censored, with 59% supporting such censorship. This reflects a broader tendency among Israeli society to limit discussions that may be viewed as critical of the government's military actions or supportive of Hamas. Overall, the Israeli public displays a complex tapestry of responses to the military operations and government strategy, characterized by protests urging negotiation over military action, significant declines in trust towards the government and military leaders, and deeply polarized opinions reflecting demographic and ideological differences. As the conflict continues, these sentiments are likely to evolve, influenced by developments on the ground and governmental responses. Aside from the backdrop of ongoing conflict, light still shines in Israel as the celebration of Sukkot is occurring, yet with a significant impact on the atmosphere and activities surrounding this important Jewish holiday. Sukkot, also known as the Feast of Tabernacles or Booths, is a week-long Jewish festival that commemorates the Israelites' exodus from Egypt and their wandering in the desert. The festival typically involves various traditions, including the construction of temporary structures called sukkahs, in which families gather for meals and prayers. This year, families in Israel are adapting their feast traditions significantly in response to the ongoing conflict and its impact on the societal atmosphere. The adjustments reflect both sensitivity to the current situation and a desire to maintain the spirit of the holiday. Many families are using the holiday as an opportunity to draw attention to the plight of hostages held by Hamas. For instance, Shlomit Sattler is decorating her sukkah with pictures of the 101 remaining hostages, including a banner designed in honor of her late neighbor, Hirsch Goldberg Polin. This trend mirrors broader sentiments among Israeli families who are incorporating symbols of the hostages into their booth decorations to foster awareness while celebrating the holiday. The color yellow, which has become emblematic of the advocacy for hostages, features prominently in many sukkah decorations this year. Families are tying yellow ribbons, creating paper chains, and using yellow-themed tableware to honor the captives and signify their hopes for their return. The combination of traditional decorations with these new symbols reflects a dual approach of honoring the Feast of Tabernacles while recognizing the current challenges. Due to security concerns, many families are modifying their holiday gatherings. The atmosphere is more subdued, with some opting for intimate family dinners in their sukkahs instead of larger communal celebrations. There is a collective sentiment of balancing the celebration with respect for the ongoing conflict, prompting families to limit large gatherings. In light of the disruptions and hardships faced, Many families are making a concerted effort to host more guests than usual, including those they may not know well. This inclination towards inclusivity aims to create a sense of community and solidarity during a challenging time. Families are demonstrating resilience by focusing on building communal strength through hospitality despite personal struggles. The designs of booths are notably adorned with elements that remind families of the past year's turmoil, such as hanging mosaics representing the communities affected by the recent violence. This year's sukkahs symbolize not only the fragility and temporary nature of their structures, but also stand as reminders of permanence and renewal amid adversity. This year, Sukkot celebrations in Israel are characterized by a profound intertwining of tradition and contemporary realities. Families are adjusting their practices to honor hostages, express solidarity, and maintain connections despite a more fragile atmosphere around the holiday. These adaptations highlight Israel's resilience and communal spirit in the face of ongoing conflict. That's all for now. Wishing all who celebrate the feast a happy holiday. Please be sure to like and subscribe for further coverage of events shaping the Middle East.